Well, that's the real question, and the only honest answer I can give is clearly I don't know. But I think what is clear is exactly just how important this is to him. I mean, watching the speeches he gave, firstly when he was announcing on Monday evening the recognition of these kind of rebel fake states, and then his declaration of war, is that this is not the cool, calm, and collected geopolitical strategist at work. This was really visceral and emotional. And for him, Ukraine is a central, frankly, part of kind of Russia's patrimony. So, I mean, I think he's, although not in totally self-destructive ways, I think he's willing to push this as far as he thinks he can go. Remember, this is a man who does indeed think that we in the West are ultimately strong but weak, in the sense of we have all kinds of powers, but we don't have the will to use them. So he feels that this is his opportunity to basically create a fait accompli and not have to worry too much about what the West will make of it.
I think, though, you do say in your article, and I think you've expressed before, that you wouldn't suggest that he would go so far as to actually start going into Baltic states or upsetting any member of NATO, either in the short term or in the medium term.
No, I mean, first of all, it's clear that the Russians do understand that NATO is this extraordinarily powerful engine of military solidarity, that an attack on one NATO country is an attack on all. And, you know, we mustn't forget that put together, NATO has twice as many soldiers as Russia. Admittedly, they're not all in the right place. They're still too heavily geared for intervention wars in places like Afghanistan. But still, that's not a force to be ignored. But more to the point, he doesn't really care so much. He has no interest, really, in the NATO areas, even the Baltic states. Ukraine is different. And again, if he's thinking about his legacy, a Russia that has totally lost Ukraine, I mean, that would be a terrible, as he would see it, stain on his historical record. This is a man we do know is obsessed with this idea of how will future generations be assessing him. And he could not, in his mind, go down as the Tzar who lost Ukraine. But let's be honest, that's something that's special about Ukraine. It has this very, very powerful place in Russia's culture and Russia's historical evolution.